Friday the 13th and a full moon sometimes make people think it brings bad luck. Thursday, the Gaston Gazette traveled to the Shield Museum to see if tomorrow's full moon will be different than any other.
My name is Jim Craig. I'm the director of the James H. Lind Planetarium at the Shield Museum of Natural History here in Gastonia, North Carolina. As I said, Friday the 13th has all of its connotations with it as far as being an unlucky day. And full moons, they have their connotations. People think that certain events are more likely to happen on the night of a full moon. And if you put those two together, I have a feeling a lot of people are just going to read a lot into it that probably really isn't there.
Jim Craig also talked about how often full moons can fall on Friday the 13th and what else you can expect to see tomorrow night.
It's going to be, we get a full moon every 29 and a half days. Now, sooner or later, it's going to happen on Friday the 13th. The last time it happened was in 2000, and it's going to happen again in 2049. There's no real pattern to when the years that it's going to happen. It just happens to line up with our calendar. I suppose if somebody were to do a lot of research, they could probably find a pattern and be able to predict it several years down the line. If you look in the western sky, you're going to see Jupiter after sunset. At about the same time, you look almost due south, you're going to see Saturn in the southern sky. And then you continue on eastward, you're going to see Mars, which has a very distinctive reddish-orange color. And then you continue on that straight line, you're going to see the moon.
Okay, what would be the best way for people to see this? Would it be using a telescope or
The best way to look at the full moon is actually naked eye. If you use a telescope, first of all, you're magnifying all that light, so you're going to have a very bright, in fact, overly bright thing to look at. Also, you don't get a lot of contrast, and one of the things that makes looking at the moon interesting is having that contrast between the daytime side and the nighttime side. So that's a better time. However, if somebody has a telescope and they go out tomorrow night, the weather cooperates, they owe it to themselves to take a look at Saturn. It's truly an amazing sight, even through a modest backyard telescope.